So here it is, guys, my brand new simulator setup, and welcome to, I guess, it's the games room of the house. It doesn't look very gamesy right now other than the massive simulator behind there. Over time, this space will grow into something pretty cool. But behind me is the simulator. It is the PlaySeat sensation, and I'm going to tell you in this video how I got it and why it's thanks to Tesla stock that I have this in my games room. So if you're new to the channel, this is the first video you're watching. I used to have an older setup, which I'm overlaying now. I used to basically sit on the desk, use a normal chair, and I think it was like an X-Rocker setup, which was a good setup. It's a really good setup. But as I really started to enjoy this kind of online simulator stuff, I had an opportunity to make some money, and I sold and bought that. Anyway, here's how we got to this point.
And good morning, everybody. We're coming on the air with breaking news. This is the New York Stock Exchange. The trading day is just beginning on Wall Street, and there are fears that the Dow will drop and drop quickly, and we're already seeing that. Futures over the weekend were down so much that they actually had to put an emergency trigger that stopped trading, and the expectation and fear is that we will see markets in free fall this morning here in the U.S. as they have done in the global markets already today.
The 7% that we're sitting at right now, that would kick in additional circuit breakers if we get to these levels. New circuit breakers are there to try and prevent panic selling, which is what you might be looking at right now. The circuit breaker would kick in down 7%. If we are looking at down 7% for the S&P 500, you will see a pause in trading for 15 minutes.
I'll begin with you first. So we had this best week since the 70s.
You know me, guys, I love a bit of drama in B-roll, but I hope you like it, and I think it's amazing. I'm going to walk you through everything in a moment, but I just want to say a massive thank you, first of all, to everybody who watched my ABtv documentary. If you've never seen it before, it's basically my entire journey through YouTube, the highs and the lows, ending in a bit of a meltdown. So as part of my kind of enjoy life a bit more motto, the simulator is here, and this is kind of my own little space in the house, which I can use to make content, to chill, and generally spend more time at home, which is something I'm really looking forward to doing. But without further ado, let me walk you through what this beast of a setup is, and then we'll crack on and do a bit of driving, and I'll talk you through exactly why I went with Tesla stock in the first place. Alright guys, so here we are. This is the PlaySeat sensation and basically my entire setup. So I'll start with, I guess, what console I'm using. So I'm using Xbox One S. Really, I should have gone for the Xbox One X because I just bought the 4K TV. So this is good because the Xbox One S will upscale into 4K. So we've got F1 2019 on there, which is my major binge at the moment. I love playing online and beating people. JK, I'm actually not that good. I'm actually really bad. But as for the setup itself, so that is a 43-inch Samsung TV. I bought it off of Amazon. I'll link it below if anyone's interested. Behind it, with the kind of ambient lighting, I guess, is a Philips Hue light strip, which I pretty much installed. And as part of the PlaySeat Sensation Pro, you get these very nice mounts, I guess, that go on the back of the sim, which you mount the TV to. Bear in mind, if you do buy this, you do need to buy the bolts. They're called M8 bolts to be able to mount the TV to. I bought the whole setup, and I had to wait a couple of days to go and buy the bolts. And obviously in this current climate, thankfully, B&Q opened up, so I quickly went and bought that. But as for the whole kind of setup, it's a very, very nice rig. It looks really good. It's really great. It's actually not as big as I thought it would be, which is a good thing. Right now, the seat is all the way back because obviously I haven't sat in it. When you pull it forward, it actually saves a little bit more space. The kind of seat itself is a very nice kind of bucket seat. It is so comfortable, guys, it's not even funny. You get bits of padding here, so you can remove those to wash them. You've got this leg support here again, which you can lift up, remove, and you've got some really good bolstering either side here. I'll sit in that in a second and give you some more info on it. The other thing that you get with this, which is cool, is you get this lever, so you can lift the seat back and forth, which is a really good thing. The other thing we get is the Logitech pedal. So that's the setup that I bought. So as part of the Logitech G920 wheel, I got the pedals as well, and I also got the shifter, which is the only downside at the moment, is because I didn't buy the there's an extension that goes on this, which effectively is like another metal plate here where you can put the shifter on, which is it's perfect in terms of the positioning, but yeah, I haven't bought that yet, so it's a bit of a shame. But for something like F1, I'm using the paddles anyway. The other really good thing with this is that you can adjust the steering wheel height, so you get this lever on the PlaySeat sensation, which kind of goes up. So when you're not sitting in it and you want to get in, you can just put it in the upright position and then just kind of fold it and bring it down to your desired height, depending on how I guess how you want to sit. If I take a quick sit inside here, oh, it is so snug. So this is kind of the view that I have. The screen is perfect size in my opinion. I think that you don't need any bigger than that. I think if you go any bigger than 43 inch, then I think you'll struggle. The wheel is amazing. I love it. You've got this really nice kind of leather feel to it. The paddles are good if you have a listen. They're almost like Giulia Quadrifoglio paddles, ironically. But also, if I turn the camera around to where I'm sitting, you can see how snug I am. So you've got these padding bits here which kind of really blank out the anything that's going on behind you, and it's just such a good seating position. I don't know if you can see here, but I am seated very, very comfortably in this, and I love it. The problem that I had when I had the old simulator rig was that because it wasn't a fixed seating position, when I was turning the wheel, etc., at the office, the chair was moving, and actually it started to hurt my back. Now I've played on this simulator for hours, and I've come out of it very comfortable. The only thing I would say is that I've come out rather warm, and that's probably because I was racing quite intensively on Formula 1. For those of you who want to add me on Xbox, my gamer tag is very easily Stef ABtv. And this is my game of choice at the moment. I love Formula 1 on this platform. So yeah, let me just step back out. Getting in and out is quite interesting, but it is super comfortable. I would say, so I'm 6 foot, and I fit perfectly in this. If you are of a larger build, if you are taller, I still think you'll be fine in it, if I'm honest, but it is quite snug. That is a very snug fit, so you might need to lose a bit of weight. Thankfully I did, otherwise I might have struggled to get into that. But yeah, I mean, as a whole, it is an incredible package, and I'm so happy about it. In terms of the price, how much it costs. So the PlaySeat itself, which consists of the chair, the rig, and the TV stand mounts, that's 1,600 quid, so it's not cheap. Then the TV itself, I paid 330 quid, I think, from Amazon, and I believe this was about, I think it was 100 quid. I can't remember. So it is quite an expensive setup, but I know I'll use it. And obviously, I've linked it all up to Alexa. So I'll show you what I mean. So check this. Games room off. So it switches all the lights off, switches off the TV, and switches off the Xbox, which I think is a really cool thing. I'm really into that kind of smart home technology. And if I want it back on again, games room on. It all comes alive, which is very cool. Bit of a party trick more than anything, but it is convenient. It is convenient, I'm not going to lie. Now here's the thing, I don't really talk much about investment on this channel, and really it's, if you've been a long-term subscriber to the channel, you'll think, what the hell are you on about? Well, as part of kind of car automotive, which is something that I'm really passionate about, I've also taken an interest to investing. Doesn't mean I'm very good at it. In fact, far from it. I have lost quite a bit of money in the past. I've made some silly decisions on investments, and some of them have paid off pretty nicely. And it's almost like another segment of the channel that I might start to drip in here and there if you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about kind of basic investing for dummies, if that makes sense. None of this really fancy stuff that most people show on the internet. This is just basically people who might want to dabble their feet and invest in, make some cash, potentially now in this economic climate that we're about to see and the downturn that's going to come, potentially, there might be some pretty big opportunities. Now, why did I go for Tesla stock in the first place? Because I'm sure you've seen me in some of my videos. I have kind of been, I guess I've bashed electric cars quite a bit up until the point when I drove the Mini Electric, because that was the first electric car I drove where I thought, actually, this is cool. And the same thing goes for Tesla. Now, whilst I might not necessarily want to buy a Tesla myself at this moment in time, other than the Tesla Roadster, but I can see that over time, particularly over the last year or so, there's been a real shift in love for Tesla. Now, a lot of my audience watching this will probably say, well, that's not me, Stef, and I would tend to agree with you, because me personally, I'm not a huge fan of their cars in the way they look. I love what they do. I love the technology behind them. I love everything that Elon Musk and Tesla are pulling together and moving forward. I mean, what Tesla are doing is pretty mind-blowing. And before I say anything, I don't want any of my audience to watch this video and go, oh, damn, I'm going to go buy Tesla stock now because I want a racing simulator like that, and it just doesn't work like that. But what Tesla are doing is far beyond what people think they are doing. If you're in the know and you've obviously done some research on the company, you'll know that they are much more than just an automotive company. Tesla's kind of mission is all about that whole renewable energy, but also they've got things like solar roof panels, they've got things like battery production. And actually the interesting thing, particularly with Tesla, is that during the whole of this kind of crisis, in the UK, as car sales plummeted 97%, the one car which sold the most in that period was the Tesla Model 3. So there might be a fact that people are starting to just accept the fact that electric cars are the future, whether we like it or not. And maybe this is almost like that, what's the right word to say? I guess this is that point where it might actually enhance the transition to electric. Would I ever own a Tesla one day? I might own one day. I'd love it to be the Roadster, but that's nearly 200 grand. But anyway, so when I saw, so Tesla stock went absolutely bananas. I believe it was about 6 months ago. It went from like $200 all the way up to something silly like nearly 900 or something. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it flew and it went absolutely ballistic. And then obviously all this stuff kind of happened and it just crashed. It tanked. It absolutely bottomed. It went all the way down to about $390. And I was watching it, I thought, oh, is this an opportunity? Equally thinking, actually, the stock market's probably going to tank even more. And this is one of those kind of things where you almost take a little bit of a punt. Whilst I believe in what Tesla are doing, and I believe that in the long run they will be successful, I'm still not sure if we are out of the woods yet. With all the stuff that's kind of happening in the economy, I don't think that we are anywhere near done with all of this yet. The moment all these companies' Q2 earnings come in, I reckon we might see another bloodbath. But well, that's just my opinion, not financial advice. Please don't do anything based on my judgment. But anyway, so Tesla tanked and I was watching it, and then I saw it kind of went, it hit the bottom, it hit 390 and then started to bounce. And then the moment it went around 500, I was like, this might actually recover. And at that point, all the news outlets were showing like the Dow Jones Industrial Index, which is effectively the top kind of companies in America. That index was pumping up. The S&P 500, again, top 500 companies, that was pumping. Everything was pumping. And Tesla had started to pump. So I thought, well, I've got some money. I haven't got a lot. But I'm going to put it in. And I bought at 500 and something. And I just wrote it out and sold around 750, I believe it was. Can't remember the top of my head. I should be more prepared. But this is a real stab in the water, guys, because I've never done an investing type video before. And if it's something that you guys find interesting and would like to know more of, hit the like button. It'd be good to see if you guys like it. If you do, just smash the like button. I can gauge it by the number of likes the video's had. If it's something you'd like to see more of, and we can do different topics, different companies, different ways to invest, cryptocurrencies, all that kind of stuff. Whatever you want, I can do. Bear in mind, I'm not a genius. None of that. I'm just a normal person like most people who watch my content. And I just took an opportunity. I took a chance, took an opportunity, and it paid off in the short term. This thing here was bought as a direct result of Tesla stock, and I'm over the moon. In terms of the kind of build quality of this thing, it is unreal. It's absolutely unreal. The seat is so comfortable, as I said earlier on, and it is a great simulator. It's not cheap, and I wouldn't have just gone and bought this if it wasn't money that I'd won. I guess won, is that the right term? If it wasn't money that I'd earned from the stock market, because I wouldn't have that kind of money available just to go and spank on a simulator. But I'm loving it. I'm loving playing in my new games room, and I'm sure over time this will evolve into something pretty cool. I want to get a little sofa in here. I want to get some more stuff on the walls and just turn it into a nice atmosphere / studio. And then we'll have more conversations in here, and I'm looking forward to it. But anyway, guys, like I said, thank you so much for all the support. You guys are absolutely incredible. For those asking if I'm okay, I am okay. I just needed a break. I needed burnout. I needed a break from all the burnout. And really, I just need a bit of time to find the right balance and start making things that I want to make. So like this video, for example, I probably never would have really made this kind of video, but I wanted to, so I've made it. And I hope you enjoy it. And if you don't, stuff you. And if you do, thank you. That's a nice little saying, isn't it? Anyway, but yeah, guys, make sure you're all staying safe. I hope you guys are well, and I'm looking forward to getting out driving again sometime soon. Also, the 4C is still for sale. I've had a couple of inquiries on it, but it is still here. My name's Stef. You guys have been awesome. Make sure to subscribe for plenty more content, and I'll see you all very soon on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.